Imagine being 19 years old. Most teenagers are worried about college, relationships, or figuring out who they are. Now imagine carrying the hopes of an entire football nation. Imagine millions of people comparing you to Lionel Messi. Imagine defenders twice your age trying to intimidate you in front of 80,000 screaming fans. And somehow, you smile, you dance, you ask for the ball again. No fear, no hesitation, no panic. The question isn't whether Lamine Yamal is talented. We already know he is. The real question is, how can someone so young handle so much pressure and still play with such freedom? Because psychologically, what we're witnessing may be even more impressive than his football ability. Hello, this is licensed professional counselor Robert Bryan, and welcome to Faith Meets Psychology. Today we're diving into the mind of Lamine Yamal and uncovering why he may possess one of the strongest mentalities football has ever seen. First, let's discuss the fearlessness of youth. One of the greatest psychological advantages Yamal possesses is something called psychological innocence. Young athletes often haven't experienced enough failures to become afraid of them. Many veterans carry emotional scars. They remember the missed penalties, the finals they lost, the criticisms that they've received. Over time, fear can begin to shape performance. But Yamal? He plays as though failure doesn't exist. He dribbles because he believes he can beat anyone. He attempts impossible passes because he isn't thinking about what happens if he loses possession. This creates a state psychologists call unconscious competence. He's not overthinking. He's simply expressing himself. And that is terrifying for opponents. Because the most dangerous athlete is often the one who doesn't yet know his own limitations. Next, let's discuss identity beyond pressure. What stands out about Yamal is that he doesn't appear overwhelmed by expectations. Most young stars begin trying to protect their reputation. They become cautious, safe, predictable. But Yamal still plays with joy. Why? Because his identity appears to be rooted in something deeper. Watch his body language. He smiles after mistakes. He celebrates teammates. He genuinely seems to enjoy playing football. Psychologically, this is called an intrinsic motivation orientation. He appears to play because he loves the game, not simply for fame, money, or validation. Athletes driven primarily by external rewards often burn out. Athletes driven by love of the craft can sustain greatness for much longer. This joy acts like psychological armor, because if your primary goal is enjoyment and expression, criticism loses some of its power. Next, let's talk about the confidence loop. Confidence isn't something athletes magically possess. It's built through experiences. Yamal entered Barcelona's first team and immediately succeeded. He performed on huge stages. He has helped Spain win major World Cup matches. Every success reinforced the belief: I belong here. This creates what psychologists call a confidence loop. Success creates confidence. Confidence creates better performance. Better performance creates even more confidence. Soon, self-belief becomes extremely powerful. You can actually see it. There are moments when Yamal receives the ball, and you can almost sense that he expects something special to happen. Elite athletes often develop this mentality. Michael Jordan had it. Kobe Bryant had it. Cristiano Ronaldo has it. Lionel Messi has it. It's not arrogance. It's conviction. A deep internal belief that they can change the game. Yamal already appears to possess this trait. Next, let's discuss emotional regulation under pressure. Perhaps the most shocking thing about Yamal is his emotional control. Most teenagers are emotional. Their moods fluctuate. Pressure affects them deeply. Yet Yamal consistently appears calm, even in massive matches. This suggests a high level of emotional regulation. Great athletes learn to control the emotional noise around them. They don't get too high after success. They don't crumble after mistakes. Instead, they remain centered, present. Yamal often demonstrates this beautifully. A missed chance doesn't stop him from trying again. A tough tackle doesn't intimidate him. Criticism doesn't appear to change his style. This resilience is incredibly rare at his age because mentally, he seems older than he actually is. Next, let's discuss the Messi comparison. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yamal being compared to Lionel Messi, which psychologically can be very dangerous. Many young players collapse under impossible expectations. They spend their careers trying to become someone else. But Yamal appears different. He respects Messi. But Messi doesn't intimidate him. And Yamal doesn't imitate Messi. He still plays like himself. This is extremely important psychologically, because greatness comes from authenticity. Athletes who constantly compare themselves to others often lose confidence. Athletes who embrace their own identity often flourish. The greatest challenge for Yamal won't be becoming the next Messi. It will be remaining the first Lamine Yamal. Next, let's discuss the hidden dangers. As incredible as things are right now, there is a psychological challenge coming. Eventually, adversity arrives. It could be a poor tournament, a period of criticism, poor play. Every great athlete experiences adversity, suffering of some kind. And that moment often determines whether someone becomes a legend. Because confidence built only on success can be fragile. The next stage of Yamal's journey will be learning how to overcome adversity, learning how to suffer, how to lose, how to fail publicly, how to respond when football becomes difficult. That is when we will truly discover the depth of his mentality. But based on what we've seen so far, there is every reason to believe that he will respond exceptionally well. Seems like that's just what he does. In closing, Lamine Yamal isn't special simply because of his talent. Football has seen many talented players. What makes him different may be his mind, his joy, his fearlessness, his emotional maturity, his ability to play under enormous pressure and expectations without losing himself. At only 19 years old, he already carries himself like someone who believes he belongs among the greatest. And sometimes, that belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The football world is witnessing something extraordinary. Not just the rise of a superstar, but the development of a mentality that could define an entire generation. And if he can maintain that joy, if he can remain authentic, and if he can overcome the inevitable hardships ahead, then we may be watching the beginning of one of football's all-time great careers. The scary part? He's only getting started. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.